If you've used a VA loan in the last few years, or maybe you're getting ready to use one for your next PCS, things have changed. Some of these changes save you money, some of them could protect your home if financial hardship hits, and one of them, it was a long time coming, and it finally leveled the playing field for every veteran buyer out there. Hi, my name is Katie Payne, Military Relocation Specialist and Military Spouse. Today, I am breaking down every significant VA loan change from 2023 through 2026, so you know exactly where you stand before you ever talk to a lender. Before we get into it, if you're PCSing to Fort Leavenworth or the Kansas City area, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I cover this market specifically for military families, and I drop a new video every week. Okay, let's get into it. I'm going to walk through the changes chronologically, starting in early 2023 and bringing you all the way to what's happening right now in 2026. The first major change happened on April 7th, 2023, and if you closed on a VA loan after that date, you may have saved money without even realizing it. The VA reduced the funding fee for certain loan types. Here's what that looks like in real numbers. For a first-time VA purchase with no down payment, the funding fee remained at 2.15%. But for subsequent use, meaning you've used your VA loan benefit before, the rate dropped from 3.6 down to 3.3%. That's a meaningful difference. On a $400,000 loan, that's roughly $1,200 in savings at closing. The updated rates apply to all loans closed after April 7th, 2023, and they remain in effect through at least 2026. Here's a quick reference. For first-time use with no down payment, it's 2.15%. Subsequent use, no down payment, is 3.3%. 5% or more down, 1.5% for subsequent use. 10% or more down, 1.25% for subsequent use. And the IRRRL streamlined refinance is a flat 0.5%. And if you have a service-connected disability rating of 10% or higher, you are exempt from the funding fee entirely. That exemption also extends to surviving spouses receiving dependency and indemnity compensation, and to active duty service members who have been awarded the Purple Heart prior to closing. One more thing on the funding fee that I want you to know. If you paid a funding fee and then received a disability rating retroactively, meaning the effective date goes back to before your closing, you are entitled to a refund. The VA does not automatically issue this. You have to initiate it. A 2025 VA Inspector General report actually found that hundreds of veterans were owed refunds they hadn't received. So if this could apply to you, make a phone call today. Next, let's talk about loan limits because they've been climbing every year. For veterans with full entitlement, this doesn't affect you much. Since 2020, the VA eliminated loan limits for full entitlement borrowers, meaning you can purchase a home at any price with zero down payment as long as a lender approves the loan. But if you have partial entitlement, meaning you have an active VA loan for one that hasn't been fully restored, the conforming loan limit affects how much you can borrow without a down payment. Here's how the baseline has moved. In 2023, it was $726,200. 2024 was $766,500. 2025, $806,500, and 2026, $832,750. High-cost counties can reach up to nearly $1.3 million in 2026. These increases reflect rising home prices across the country. For most military buyers coming to Fort Leavenworth and the KC Metro, you're well within the standard baseline limit. But if you're buying in the DC area, Hawaii, or California, these numbers matter. This is the big one. This is the change I want every military buyer to understand, because before August 10th, 2024, VA buyers were operating under a rule that was quietly putting them at a disadvantage. Here's the backstory. For decades, VA regulations did not allow veteran buyers to pay their real estate agent's commission. The assumption was that the seller would always cover the buyer's agent. Well, that worked until the landscape shifted. In 2024, the National Association of Realtors reached a major class action settlement. One of the key outcomes, listing agents can no longer advertise a buyer's agent commission through the MLS, and buyer agent fees are not included in a seller's listing agreement. That means sellers are no longer automatically setting aside money to compensate your agent. Under the old VA rules, this created a real problem. If a seller wasn't offering to pay your buyer's agent and you couldn't pay them yourself because of the VA rules, you were stuck. Agents couldn't work with you, or the deal had to be structured around it, sometimes complicating things for sellers. The VA stepped in before the NAR changes took effect, beginning with purchase contracts executed on or after August 10th, 2024. Eligible veterans, active duty service members, and surviving spouses can pay their buyer's agent fees directly. The fee must be reasonable and customary for the local market. It cannot be financed into the loan amount, and it must be documented on your closing disclosure. Here's what's important to understand. You can still ask the seller to cover your buyer's agent fee. That was never taken away, and seller-paid buyer commissions do not count against the VA's 4% seller concession cap. So that's still a great negotiating tool. But now you have options in a market where some sellers may not offer to pay your agent at all. I just had a veteran buyer win against competing offers because they were willing and now able to pay my fee. And here's the latest update. The VA Home Loan Program Reform Act, signed into law on July 30th, 2025, made this change permanent. It is no longer a temporary variance. This is now law. As your agent, I always recommend working with a military relocation professional or someone who truly understands VA transactions, especially now that commission structures are more variable than they used to be. The way your contract is structured truly matters. Here's a 2026 change that I don't hear talked about enough, and it's one I'm excited about. Starting in 2026, the VA funding fee is now tax deductible for eligible borrowers. This was announced by the VA earlier this year and represents an additional layer of financial benefit for the program. If you're paying 2.15% on a $400,000 loan, that's $8,600. Now you may be able to deduct that on your federal taxes if you itemize your deductions. A few notes. Tax situations are individual, so please consult a tax professional about how this applies to you specifically. But if you're closing on a VA loan in 2026, flag this for your accountant. It's a real benefit worth tracking. Now, I want to talk about a change that is critically important for any veteran who is or who might ever be struggling with their mortgage payments. Here's the context. During COVID, the VA used a program called VASP, the Veterans Affairs Servicing Purchase Program, to help veterans avoid foreclosure. It essentially let the VA purchase delinquent loans outright. That program ended in May 2025. For a period of months after VASP ended, veterans who fell behind on their payments had very limited options. According to congressional reporting, more than 10,000 veterans lost their homes in that gap. Nearly 90,000 more were seriously delinquent. It was a genuine crisis. Congress responded with the VA Home Loan Program Reform Act, signed on July 30th, 2025. This law created the VA Partial Claim Program, and as of June 15th, 2026, that program is officially open for submissions. Here's how it works. If you're behind on your VA-backed mortgage and you've resolved the hardship that caused it, your mortgage servicer can put you on a 3-month trial payment plan. If you successfully complete that trial, the VA covers the overdue amount, bringing your loan current, and places that amount into a separate subordinate lien against your property. That subordinate lien has no monthly payment and no interest. You repay it only when you sell the home, refinance, or pay off the original loan. The VA can cover up to 25% of your unpaid principal balance. If you had missed payments during the COVID period from March 2020 through May 2025, the cap increases to 30%. This program is available through servicer submission. You don't apply to the VA directly. Contact your loan servicer and ask about the partial claim program. If you need help navigating, you can also contact the VA Regional Loan Center at 877-827-3702. I want to be clear about something. This program is still being fully implemented. Servicers have until November 28th, 2026 to get their systems fully updated. If you're struggling right now, don't wait. Make the call today. A few more things worth noting as we head into the second half of 2026. Interest rates hit a peak of 7.75% on VA 30-year fixed loans back in October 2023, the highest since 2001. They've been gradually declining since, and as of mid-2026, VA rates are sitting around 6.17%. That's still elevated compared to the 2020 to 21 era, but it's the most favorable rate environment since late 2024. Some of my preferred lenders have offered rates under 6%. I'm happy to share their information. If you bought at a higher rate in 22 or 23 and haven't looked at refinancing, this is worth exploring. The VA's IRRL, the Interest Rate Reduction Refinance Loan, sometimes called the Streamline Refinance, lets you refinance with minimal paperwork and a flat 0.5% funding fee. IRRL surged 135% in fiscal year 2025, which tells you veterans are actively taking advantage. Also on the horizon, the VA is modernizing how lenders access certificate of eligibility data through API integration. For you, the practical result is faster closings and less duplicate paperwork. It's a back-end change, but the benefits flow to you as the borrower. And the program itself had a historic milestone on August 5th, 2025. The VA guaranteed its 29 millionth home loan since the GI Bill was created in 1944. In fiscal year 2025 alone, more than 528,000 loans were guaranteed. So here's a quick recap of everything we covered. April 2023, funding fee reduced on subsequent use loans. Check if you're owed a refund if you got a disability rating after closing that was retroactive. 2023 through 2026, conforming loan limits have been rising every year, now at $832,750 as the baseline. August 2024, veterans can now pay buyer agent fees directly. That was made permanent in 2025 law. 2026, VA funding fee is now tax deductible. June of 2026, the VA Partial Claim Program is live. If you're behind on payments, call your servicer today. The VA loan is still one of the most powerful home buying benefits in the country. No down payment, no PMI, competitive rates, and a program that's actively working to keep veterans in their homes. If you're PCSing to Fort Leavenworth or the Kansas City area and you want to talk through how any of these changes affect your move, reach out. My contact information is in the description. And if this video helped you, drop a thumbs up and share it with a military family who needs to hear it. Moving outside the Kansas City area, I have an amazing network of agents all over the country who serve the military, and I'd love to connect you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.